What a start to the road trip. John and Jim with you. Late night edition, Friday night. Padres win. Jim's Warriors win. We get started a few minutes late, but I'm pumped. It's a Friday night. Padres, they're playing good baseball. 21-12, huge offensive contributions. Got shaky in the middle innings. Hassan Kim had a huge home run in this game. The back of the bullpen after Robert Suarez's struggles was really good.
Mm-hmm.
And the Padres are playing good baseball, specifically on the road, Jim, which I think is really encouraging. So much to get into. Congrats on your Warriors, and the Padres pick up a win.
Yeah, good to talk about a win tonight for the Padres. I think, like you said, them on the road this year so far has been really good. And, the offensive numbers on the road especially. Like Hassan Kim on the road, his slash line is like 320 with like a 1,000 OPS.
Mm-hmm.
He has been a completely different player on the road than he is at home. It's good to see Will Myers get a home run tonight. If you look at the box score here, Hosmer 3 for 5, Voit 2 for 5, Myers 3 for 4, Kim 3 for 4. You can't get any better than that. That is the part of the lineup you need to start getting more contribution from is Voit, Myers, Kim. Hosmer remains hot. His OPS on the road is 1172. He has been unbelievable on the road this year. And tonight was no different. The 3-run homer. Hosmer again, 3 for 5. Machado went 0 for 4 tonight, which is kind of shocking. But
16 hits with Machado going 0 for 4, 11 runs.
This offense tonight looked really, really good.
It did. All right, so this is the wrap-up show, John and Jim. If you're just making your way into the chat, make sure to subscribe. We have year-round Padres content for you, the fan. If you're a Padre fan, please consider subscribing to this channel. We're with you all season long, off-season, in-season, Friday nights, throughout the year. So please consider subscribing. Please make sure to also hit that like button, smash the like button. That helps us on this channel. And also make sure to follow us on Twitter, at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD, at John and Jim. Pedro, you're right. Jim's got this perfect internet. I think my internet should be good. Hopefully I'll be good.
My ping is it's like skyrocketed. It's literally the fastest internet. I could literally go to the moon right now if I had this internet, and it'd be like the fastest. I could send messages to aliens galaxies away.
All right, so here's how it works on the wrap-up show. As always, if you want to make sure we get your comment, please use that super chat function. I see the first super chat of the night has rolled in from Michael Miller. So if you want to use the super chat function, always appreciated. Great way to support this channel. If you're here on replay, there's a thanks button down below. In fact, our buddy Michael has used it a number of times this season. So let's get started.
Hold on, bro, we got lives, man. we got to do things.
Oh, what's with the yeah, dude. I got a kid. Jim's got the Warriors. It's basically the same thing.
Same thing. Yeah, we both yell at them and scold them, and they both give us a lot of joy when they do good things.
Exactly. By the way, I'm beginning to feel better. I'm not 100%, but I am beginning to feel better, which is good news. Not that anyone's asking. Jim's got internet. Padres are winning. Michael Miller's got the first super chat of the night. I think it's a great place to start. Bob Melvin, the Padres announced it earlier today that the results of his surgery were no detection of cancer after having prostate surgery, which is just incredible. Hopefully he's with the team in San Francisco, which is only a week away. I thought that obviously, even in the absence of Melvin, you look at this game, this team really battled. I sound like Jace Tingler, but they did. Fall behind 6-4. And to come back on the road in front of 40,000 people and win the way they did was a really impressive win. But yeah, hopefully Bob Melvin is back with this team in about a week, Jim.
Because that home run that Suarez gave up there
to Dansby Swanson.
You're like, here we go again. That inning
awful.
Should have ended because you got the Myers. I don't think was it an error. Yeah, the Myers.
No, it was a hit. It was a hit. It was a mental error.
It was a mental error, but still, that ball should have been caught. It should have been 4-2 instead.
Yep, you're right.
It ends up being what
6-4.
6-4. Excuse me, 6-4, and then 3 in the 7th and 4 in the 9th. That just a great start to the road trip, scoring runs. Hey, maybe this team's offense is actually pretty good.
And that's coming from Jim Russell, folks.
I know.
By the way, Trent Grisham, and I've killed Trent Grisham over the last 2 weeks. I have. I've been critical of Trent Grisham. I don't think he's guaranteed anything. his ninth inning pinch hit for Jose Azocar against a right-handed pitcher. He sees, I have no idea how many pitches, 10 pitches, and then laces a ball to the opposite field for a 3-run double. It snaps an 0 for 15. I'm not saying it's the cure-all, but that was a huge moment for Trent Grisham and the Padres. I think it was the second biggest moment of the night behind Hassan Kim. I really do, because that game was far from over.
Right.
Far from over, and that was a big hit.
100%. Give some breathing room and, kind of made it turn into a little bit of a laugher, even though I thought the game was actually a pretty damn good game.
It was a really good game, back and forth. It was. I'm with you. Really good game. A lot of
offense is fun.
Dude, we're seeing it. I saw some scores around baseball today. There were some high-scoring games, and maybe it's because the weather is warming, and Padres will be around warmer weather this weekend. We'll see if that benefits them. They've been so good on the road, like you said, 11-5 this year. Let's get to another super chat. Again, we appreciate those super chats if you want to support this channel on a Friday evening. Ben, thank you. Thank you for supporting this channel. Thank you for always hanging out with us. He says if Profar can turn into the best left fielder in Padres history, then Jim's internet can turn into the best internet in history. I have faith. I'll tell you this. Profar, well, he had another good offensive game. He's had a couple in a row now. He made another stellar defensive play.
He
throwing a guy out in the first inning.
Tied for the league lead in outfield assists.
6, right?
6, yeah. Great throw. His defense has been great this year.
Great.
I mean, there's probably, I think, one play this year that I can remember that was like, what the hell is going on? But other than that, he's been really damn good. And speaking of my internet, Ben, you're right. The ping is bad. I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to internet, clearly. But when I did a download test speed, this was my internet speed. Like, that's not even that's like fake numbers. That's my internet speed now, guys. It is the fastest.
We be doing this in 4K now, like this game on Apple TV?
I could stream. I'm streaming. I have my TV on. It's working perfectly. I have my phone connected to Wi-Fi, working perfectly. I have my internet plugged. I have the Ethernet cable plugged into my laptop, working perfectly. It's literally the fastest internet I've ever had in my entire life.
And we're all happy about it because you do an internet show with me, so it's of benefit to our viewers. So there's no one happier than our viewers and me. I know you're happy, but I'm happy, and our viewers on the wrap-up show are really, really happy. By the way, as you make your way in, we're so excited with another win for the Padres. Let us know where you're watching from. We'll get to some shout-outs. We're just getting going. Yeah. It's Friday night.
Yeah, where are you watching?
Nowhere to go.
What are you doing on a Friday night? Where are you guys at?
Well, they're watching us.
Oh, this is a great point. The Padres have never lost with Robinson Cano on their roster.
I thought he had some big moments on the bench.
He did. That one moment where he moved from that one seat to the other seat and talked to that one player. That was a big moment in the game.
Let's start here too. Then we'll tell you about our title sponsor, Mark Nimitz. There was a lot of criticism of the crew, but compliments of the broadcast quality. I mean, I was amazed by the 4K. I don't watch television in 4K. I don't have a 4K TV. I've watched maybe some stuff on my laptop before. I thought the camera work in the 4K was unbelievable. Yeah. Now, I didn't listen a lot. We were on the air for the first 2 hours of it. I drove home. I had to watch Jones, and I was watching the game, but I wasn't listening to Melanie Newman, who does Orioles games. And obviously, I've heard people are going to be critical when it's not the home crews, right? This isn't Don and Mud. Of course, so regardless, you'll be critical. And then Melanie Newman, I don't think is for everyone. She's highly considered. There's no question about that. She has a lot of national assignments, but I saw a lot of criticism here tonight.
Obviously, Don and Mud are what we prefer, right? Sure, that's what we want. If they had the Apple TV broadcast with Don and Mud on it, it'd be the greatest broadcast of all time.
With the probabilities of base hits, and it was unbelievable. I loved it.
I will say this about the Apple TV watch. To me, it was much more accessible and easy to watch than I thought.
Yeah,
I was a little worried like this was going to be kind of a problem. It was the easiest thing in the world. Downloaded it on my phone. Within literally 3 seconds, I'm watching the game for free. No sign up, no put my credit card in, no nothing. You just need an Apple password and you're good to go. And you can even do it on your TV or your laptop. And for most people that have YouTube TV, you can't even watch the Padres because Bally Sports is so stupid that they don't have a deal with YouTube TV yet. The streaming service on Bally is a joke. Like Bally TV I think it's horrible. But to me, I thought this broadcast, take away the announcers, I don't care. I'm not there to watch the announcers, right? the broadcast itself and the accessibility of it, I thought was really good.
Now, it took me, I was hyping it up during our radio show, John and Jim today. I'm like, this is so easy. It's so easy. Now, it took me an hour to log in for some reason. It took me forever to log in. It said I was watching on another device. I eventually pulled up my laptop and it was incredible. I thought it looked so good. Again, I didn't listen to Melanie Newman
That's
because
fine. Doesn't matter. Like, I'd
we were
rather
on
watch.
the air.
It's not
We
about
were
the
going
announcers, guys.
yeah, we were. Well, it is. I think.
A
I
little
mean,
bit.
It is. But
does anybody care?
whatever.
I mean, I know everyone complained 2020 for the announcers for the playoffs, which
Oh,
were
that was so bad.
horrible. But at the end of the day, Padres won. So is anybody really complaining that much?
No, and they're not playing 60 games on Apple TV. I kind of wish they did with Don and Mud. To Cam's point with this super, thank you, 619 Cam. Thank you guys for the super chats on this Friday night. We greatly appreciate them. Again, if you're watching our replay, you can hit the thanks button. If you're just making your way into the channel tonight, you have to subscribe. We have year-round Padres content for you. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Smash the like button and follow us on Twitter at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. Cam says, great team win. Good to see the bats picking up. The pitching, Apple TV announcers, interesting and not the same without Mud and Orsillo.
There's not one single Padres fan that watched this Apple TV game tonight and was thinking to themselves, man, I don't miss Don and Mud.
This crew. Yeah.
Right. Like it was everybody thought that. But, it's not always going to be like that. It's not always, it's okay. I get it. Don and Mud are the GOATs. They are. But, to a couple people in the chat here, like Kimberly, she said that it was the first game she could watch live for free in Orange County.
Wow.
A lot of people are,
that's a great point.
A lot of people are also saying how easy it was to watch, right? Just boom, download on your phone or your TV, or your laptop, and you just put in your Apple ID, and it's super easy to connect.
See,
so I thought it was great in that aspect of it.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Now, I've talked about this before. I talked about it on the radio. I'm going to be really biased Sunday because one of my really good friends, Jason Benetti, is calling the game for Peacock. Now, I don't have Peacock. I'll find a way to watch it because it's the Padres and Jason is on the call. I want to hear what people say Sunday night about Jason Benetti. I think he's a brilliant play-by-play announcer. I'm not telling you the Padre fans are going to love him for one game against the Atlanta Braves, but I'm going to be curious to see how people compare Jason to Melanie Newman. For me, Jason Benetti is one of the best play-by-play national announcers in the country. But, of course, locally, you want Don and Mud. But we're getting Melanie Newman, Don Orsillo, Jason Benetti over 3 nights. I mean, it's weird. 3 different networks over 3 consecutive games in Atlanta. But, that's the state of broadcasting in 2022.
Thanks, Jaron. Watched the game live, but had John and Jim head during play-by-play. That's pretty good.
That's pretty cool. You were thinking about what we were saying?
I like this. Jim, you just discovered the internet a few days ago. You can't complain about Bally streaming.
Completely agree with that.
That's so true. This internet is a great, this invention is amazing, John.
Dude, it's so good. The internet's awesome. It's been out now for like 2 years, dude. It's not new.
Really?
It's been out since like 2020.
I kind of like it.
We'll try to pull up Christensen postgame, by the way. We'll get to that over the course of the next hour. Ron, I'm with you on Jason Benetti. I'll be curious to see what our viewers think Sunday night. This is interesting for Moises. I don't know the answer to that. Does Apple TV now have a replay of this game? Does MLB.TV
I saw someone in the
it?
chat say that you could watch it on replay. Is it? Yeah, iOS Guy 27. You can even watch the replay for free right now.
That's great. I like it. Yeah, no, I was impressed. Okay, before we get going, again, please make your way into the chat. We got a lot to get into here tonight. We'll hear from Ryan Christensen. We'll break down this win. Again, we appreciate the super chats as well. We do want to make you aware of our title sponsor, Mark Nimitz, who has been just incredible to this channel. I don't think we're able to do this channel without the support of Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance. Easy find on the web. There's a link down below for Mark. You can get a quote in minutes on his site. You can get his phone numbers and contact information and email address. He can save you $750 on your insurance this year. Simple as that. Auto, home, renters, or life. He's a San Diegan, lifelong San Diegan and Padre fan. Lifelong. Just a really terrific insurance agent. I have my insurance through him, homeowners and earthquake. So whatever you need, auto, home, renters, life, earthquake insurance. He's helping me right now with a claim in my kitchen to my right. He's in this chat all the time. If you want to support this channel, it's a great way to do it. Contact Mark Nimitz, talk about your insurance needs, talk Padres baseball with them. A great insurance agent, great supporter of this channel. There's a link, Jim, down below.
And all his information is above my head right here, mnimitz@farmersagent.com. That's mnimitz@farmersagent.com. When you reach out to him, let him know that John and Jim from the Wrap Up Show sent you.
Man, there's a lot of really good comments that are rolling in, and there's gonna be a lot we can get to. Asking about Peacock, it is not free on Sunday. You have to have Peacock. I don't know if there's a trial, Jim. Is there a Peacock trial? A lot of the streaming platforms have it. I don't know.
I don't know. It's a good question. See, that's what that's what pisses me off about the streaming stuff. Is if it's like Apple where it's free and accessible to everybody, amazing.
Yep.
If it's
Yeah,
like
it's
Peacock
great.
where you have to have a subscription for it, that pisses me off.
Yeah,
So
I agree with that.
Ben is saying it's free.
Oh, really?
So if it's free, then that's great. But if it's
I
a situation
thought,
where you have to have a subscription, then that
yeah, I didn't
sucks.
realize that, Ben. Yeah, I didn't realize that because
Because there's like
Peacock typically has a monthly fee attached to it, right?
maybe,
I
and
believe it
plus,
does.
like what is there to watch? What is there to watch on Peacock besides The Office?
Friends or
Nothing.
something? I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
Just a general question here. That I saw that there's a London agreement for a number of years moving forward. I'd be surprised. I don't think it'll be a team out west. I think you could see the Padres play Mexico again sooner rather than later.
Oh,
But
100%.
London, I mean, think about it just from a travel perspective. I would think it would be East or Midwest based teams as opposed to
Right.
West based teams, unless you're going to send them there for a week to go there for a series, unless you go like Philadelphia, London, home. I mean, you're asking a lot. You're asking a lot of a West Coast baseball team to do that.
The only way I think they could do that is they did it with, I think, was it the A's a couple years ago? They played in Japan, and that was like their first
To
series of the year.
start a season, maybe like a Seattle or a Oakland or a
Where
San
like at the end of
Francisco,
spring
yeah.
training for like a week, you get acclimated and you start
Dodgers
your
have played in Australia. Didn't the Dodgers play in Australia years ago? I remember that.
maybe that's how you do it. You can't do it mid-season.
No, you
That's
start a season, or you
that's
go
a
into the
joke.
All-Star break with it.
Yeah, no, it's a joke.
Okay, people are saying Peacock has a free and paid subscription, so I
Okay.
hope that, like Ben said, and there's a free trial. Hopefully we can all watch on Sunday. By the way, the game starts at 8:30 in the morning Pacific, which is just
Jeez. On a
ridiculous.
Sunday morning.
I think it's the earliest start time in Padres history. I talked about it one time on air. I'm sure some Padres fans here tonight remember there was a game like 30 years ago, the Padres and Phillies doubleheader. There was a game that started in Philadelphia at 1 a.m. Eastern, game 2 of a doubleheader that ended at 4:40
Oh,
a.m.
man.
Eastern. But in terms of like a normal start time, you can't start much earlier than 8:30 a.m.
I know, especially if you're now. Let me think here. East Coast, it's fine.
Yeah, definitely. It's great for the East Coast. 11:30 in the morning, I think is perfect.
Right. 100%.
But if you're attending the game, I mean, like if Padres fans had an 11:30 a.m. Pacific game to attend at Petco Park, I mean, that's a little early to get downtown,
Dude, right?
go to a game 11:30 in the morning.
Yeah,
But
like
that's
working
what it'll be.
like working for the broadcast team when I did, I always would hate when it'd be like a 7:30 or like a 7 o'clock Saturday game, or the game would end super late on Saturday, and then they have like an early start on Sunday. That would suck.
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%. And what time do they play tomorrow? What time's the game tomorrow?
Tomorrow's game. Let me check here. I'm gonna say it is.
Is it evening or like afternoon?
No, it's 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock Pacific?
Yeah, so right.
Okay,
right,
so
pretty
4
good.
o'clock. That makes sense with the 11:30 a.m. Eastern
Yeah.
start Sunday.
Sean
that they're
Manaea
having that
tomorrow.
game.
Yeah.
Yes.
Phillies winning right now.
I
Phillies
see
are
that
up.
now. Philadelphia last night blew a 6-run lead, but won at Dodger Stadium. If the Phillies hold on and win that game, what does that mean? Are they in a virtual tie, or do the Padres move a half game up?
Padres will be tied with the Dodgers for first place. Dodgers will be one game up in the loss column. Giants have won 6 in a row. Of course,
they're red hot.
They're right there.
Smoked the Cardinals tonight in St. Louis.
So it's looking like, I mean, this division, dude, this division is so freaking tough.
This division has
so
at
good.
least I can assure you this division has 3 very good teams. Now, what I can assure you is if they have 4 or 5 good teams. I mean, there's a scenario where you got 4 good teams. I mean, they're going to play each other 80 times. Everyone's going to play the other teams 80 times. So somebody's going to get knocked down, you would think. But there could be potentially a 4th team that finishes over 500.
Don't take Arizona lightly, man. They got some of the best pitching in baseball, starters-wise.
They're starting to hit a little bit, too.
And you can never take the Rockies for granted, or not granted, for lightly, because anything can happen at Coors Field. Like, I don't care how shitty that team is.
Yeah,
Coors
but when you go there, it can be hard. Yep.
100%.
Yep.
So yeah, dude, this division, man, it's tough, but the Padres are good, and hopefully this battle is getting, battle test them throughout the season.
Here's what I want to start with tonight, and I know we're 20 minutes in. And again, we appreciate you
Start.
hanging out with us. If you want to use the super chat function, we'll make sure to get your comment here tonight. Let us know where you're watching from as well as you make your way into the chat on this Friday evening. I thought what was so different about tonight was that the Padres got to a really good starting pitcher. So
Yep.
Max Fried allowed 9 hits in this game. Max Fried allowed 4 runs in this game. I want to say Will Myers took him deep. I have that right. Myers was
did.
off Fried.
Yep.
So you think about that. Max Fried came in, I know it's only mid-May, as one of the front runners for the National League Cy Young. He had a 2.5 ERA.
Whoa, John, we're May 13th here. He was one of the best pitchers in baseball at this point.
Dude, we've had the Machado discussion about MVP like 13 times.
But
so
we always say if he keeps it up, he'll be MVP.
Well, that's what I'm saying. At the front runner coming in, I mean, he's still got a 3 ERA even with today.
I know.
But to beat up on good pitching, this is not something this team has done over the last year. Second half of 2021, the beginning of 2022. Shoot, they've struggled at times against average pitching this year as well. But to go beat up Max Fried and then beat up this bullpen and to pound out 16 hits without Machado and Tatis. What I mean by that is Machado had a rare offer and Tatis isn't playing. And they had 16 hits and scored 11 runs. I mean, how can you look at that as anything other than encouraging,
No, that you're right. That is probably the biggest takeaway from tonight because they've struggled against good starting pitching this year. They've beat up on bad starting pitching, but they have not fared well against good starting pitching. I don't think they faced Max Fried at Petco on the opening series, or did they? I can't remember.
I don't remember either. Did they face Fried or not? I want to say they may have. I forget. They split it. They had 16 hits against the Braves on opening night at home, but I don't know who they faced.
No, he did not face them in San Diego. So he didn't face Max Fried in San Diego. But you're right. Fried is one of the best pitchers in baseball. They've not done well against other good starting pitching. And tonight they finally broke through, and they broke through, and they look like an offense that just, you felt confident about. Like, okay, middle of their order is coming up. Perfect. Let's go. It's not like oh God, it's not Manny or Hosmer right now. There's automatic out. Like, you had everybody in this lineup contributing tonight.
Everyone. And by the way, I thought Darvish in this game was way better than his line would indicate because of the Myers play, a Bermuda Triangle play, Myers racing in because of the shift. Position players are out of position. It's a ball that just has to be caught. I don't even know whose ball it is. Whatever. The ball's got to be caught. Shoot, Myers gets a full glove on it and drops the ball. So this is the big leagues. You have to make that play. And it leads to this ridiculous spiral where Darvish can't get out of the inning. He's frustrated. Suarez comes on. He'd had a couple. Suarez is so helter-skelter. Great or awful?
He has some nasty stuff. But when he does not have command, it's like
tonight.
Walks and
Swanson 3-run homer.
He'll miss very bad, and then boom, home run.
Yeah, so I thought after, I thought Darvish pitched a lot better in this final line, but then after Suarez allows the home run, you're like, oh, here we go. Game 1 of a road trip, trailing late, 7th inning.
Open again.
Yeah, game's over. And then after Suarez, Garcia, Steven Wilson, Taylor Rogers.
Yeah.
Now, Taylor Rogers gets a save out of that because he came out in the 8th inning. I thought maybe they'd go deeper into their bullpen in the 9th inning. But off an off day, and with an off day coming Monday in Philadelphia, they said finish it off. Yeah, and I can't fault that because you never know. We've seen Dinelson Lamet blow some things. We've seen Robert Suarez blow some things. You just finish the thing off.
And Rogers did not pitch on Wednesday either, so he's been off for a couple days. So I'm fine with him going the full inning there, even though they had the cushion there. Like, I'm fine with it. I have no problem with it. He's not.
I agree.
He's not been taxed. Like, he's not a guy that you're like using every single game. Now, when he goes in there, he's had a couple instances and moments where, I could think back to the game on Tuesday night where it was a little bit of a struggle, but he got the job done. But other than that, everything's been pretty damn clean for him.
Yes. Yeah. No, you're right. No, he's been really, he's been among the best relievers in baseball. He's an all-star closer. I think if the all-star game is tomorrow, Eric Hosmer is an all-star first baseman. If the all-star game is tomorrow, Manny Machado is an all-star third baseman. Joe Musgrove is a potential starting candidate for the National
Right.
League.
He's an ERA under 2.
Yeah.
You have 4 legitimate all-stars on this team, and it's like starters on this team. You have a closer is the best in baseball, one of the best in baseball. Myers is the starting first baseman in the National League. You have Hosmer should be the starting third baseman in the National League. Screw Arenado. And Joe Musgrove would probably start the All-Star game. That's how crazy it is.
I've seen a couple of people put this into the chat. Michael, our supporter in Mexico, and a few others. I saw Phil earlier saying that. I get it. I mean, the offensive players trying to do something as well. It's not like the only team that's trying to win is the Padres. Atlanta's got a good team. They don't have a good record. They do have a good team with a lot of good individual players. I promise you that.
Right.
I don't care what the circumstance is. 2 outs in the 6th inning, you got a 2-run lead, preserve the lead. That's how I look at it. Give tip of the cap to Dansby Swanson, but even after the home run, then Suarez walks a couple of guys. He's just, again, for me, he's been great, and then he's been bad, and there hasn't really been much of an in-between.
Right, and he needs to be more consistent, and that's his biggest issue here is the consistency with him. And, tonight was not consistent, and you saw it. Did I say Myers first baseman in the All-Star game?
Yeah, Hosmer.
Whatever. Sorry.
No, you don't think Myers with his 1 home run tonight could start getting some first place votes or first base votes? Excuse me.
Maybe.
Tyler says Machado over Arenado. This is the constant discussion. Our buddy Ben Fadden, Talking Friars, who's helped us out here on the wrap-up show, saying, Jim, we know Manny isn't getting voted as the starting third baseman. I mean, do we really 100% know that, Ben? I mean, he leads Major League Baseball in hitting. He leads the National League in like 6 categories. Is there no chance?
Here's the thing, though. Arenado's also having a really good year.
I know he is.
And just that fan base with the Cardinal, the St. Louis fan base, they will.
Well, it's like 6 states. It goes all the way up the Midwest.
It's just Machado and Arenado need to both be starters in the All-Star game.
And I think they could be.
Yeah.
Because of the DH.
Right. 100%.
Yeah. I mean, and Carter's saying that, starting DH. So, yeah, no, I agree with you. I mean, the other thing out of this game tonight, and there's so much actually get into, is Luke Voit has put together back-to-back really good games. You could say 3. He walked twice when he returned. Then he homered twice on Sunday, or whatever day that was, not Sunday, Wednesday. It was a day game. And then today, Luke Voit goes 2 for 5. Now, he did strike out 3 times, but who cares? I mean,
he's going to have some epic strikeouts. And by epic, I mean just like he's going to miss the ball by 5 feet.
Yeah.
Like he's going to have that. If he has 500 at bats, he could very well be top 2 or 3 in the league in strikeouts this year.
He's going to strike out a lot. He will. He's going to walk a ton.
But
he's got an OPS over 700 despite being awful,
Need some pop from him. He got that recently. Get on base, get some walks. I can live with the strikeouts. I just can't live with the 0 for 5s, 4 strikeouts, and like a ground out. Those are just like, oh my gosh.
You're right. And this is funny, Ben. This is funny.
Yeah, Voit. He might get the DH spot.
We mentioned this earlier again. Yeah, I thought it was good for Grisham. I'm sure his confidence isn't where it needs to be, but I thought that was a really patient and valuable at bat. Bases loaded, opposite field double that clears the bases, scores 3 in a 4-run 9th inning, snaps an 0 for 15. Haven't seen the starters for the rest of the series for Atlanta, but if it's any righties, he's obviously starting.
Right.
It's been a platoon right now with Grisham and Azokar, but they need Grisham. I hope Grisham can return to some level of form, whatever that means, because you can't hit the way he's hit for the first 5 or 6 weeks.
No, and maybe this platoon will help him. Maybe it will take a little pressure off him to try to contribute. It's like when you see the writing on the wall, sometimes you step your game up. Like you lock in a little more instead of, hey, you're the center fielder no matter what. Like you could, your concentration could go away a little bit because you just are given the job. Now with Azokar, it's a situation where Grisham's got to fight. Dude's got to fight to be in that lineup now. It's not just an easy pencil him in or pen him in every single day. It's, well, you're struggling, so now we're going to go to matchups. And if you continue to struggle versus your matchup, then we're just going to go Azokar and play you a couple times a week. He's got to fight for his job. And tonight was a great opportunity for him. He came through big in the 9th inning. So, I'm not going to say turning point. It's just one at bat, but still, it's a good moment.
Yeah, it was a good moment. It was. Sky says it's interesting. I mean, he had the lowest average among qualifiers.
Yeah.
So qualifiers is 3.1 times team games.
So he's
So
gotten the at bats. It's not like he's not getting at
he's gotten a
bats.
lot of at bats. He has.
Yeah.
He's only recently lost these at bats. The first 25 games he played every day. The last 10 he's been
Right.
platooning or whatever it is.
Right. Jesus.
It's only 2 weeks. Only 2
Only
weeks
2
of
weeks.
sickness.
Only 2 weeks is fine. That medicine's really working, right?
Well, I've only been taking it for like a day and a half.
Come on. Okay.
By the way, Kim, like you said, he's been good on the road, but just overall, like 775 OPS. Good for Hassan Kim.
His home splits though, his home and road splits are crazy.
Well, hopefully that changes over the course of the year. Maybe that's just who knows what that is.
Like let me just so home, he's hitting 111 with a 423 OPS. Is that good?
No.
On the road, he's hitting 350 with an 1172 OPS. Is that good?
Yeah, it's amazing.
So his home and just play Hassan Kim on the road. I mean, this dude's like a MVP on the road right now.
It'll be interesting. I mean, Hassan Kim for me has nothing to be worried about. Did you see these quotes? I read Kevin Acee. It was this afternoon before the game. And Ryan Christensen sat down. I really credit this coaching staff. I mean, this starts with Bob Melvin. My guess is Bob Melvin or someone in the front office said, this is how it's going to work. They sat down with Nelson Lament and explained the situation. He's still with the team, by the way. He's still going to work with the big league staff for a couple days before he goes down. So that's first and foremost. And I respect the fact they kind of told him, hey, here's the deal. Yes, Michael, seriously, super chats are, if I die, it's going
the money
to
goes
Jones's,
to
it's
Jones.
going to my 3-year-old.
Yeah.
And now that Jim's internet is fixed, it's going to break again. So we'll use the money for Jim's internet when it breaks in 2 days.
Right.
I forgot. Oh, yeah. Here was the other thing Christensen said. He sat down with Hassan Kim and his translator to explain the Robinson Cano signing from the front office's perspective.
Whoa, communication, mind blown.
Right. And if you're Hassan Kim, you can't be the organization. Hassan Kim in a year and a half obviously hasn't yet proven himself to be an everyday player in the big leagues. He's starting to turn a corner and play the type of baseball that the Padres probably hoped he would play when they signed him. With that being said, I think the communication goes a long way. And Robinson Cano is not here to steal Hassan Kim's job. No. Nobody believes that. He's also not a shortstop, Robinson Cano. But they didn't sit down with Cronenworth because Cronenworth obviously isn't losing his job. That doesn't make any sense. But Hassan Kim, who's been kind of fringy and maybe could lose some at bats because of Cano, I'm just making this up. They said, listen, it's not about you. It's about he was available. It's a major league minimum deal. We think as a lefty bat, he can help us off the bench.
Yeah. And if anything, they should probably maybe talk to Luke Voit because they did. I'm a little hesitant to play Robinson Cano in the field. That's just me. I much rather have a defense out there up the middle with Cronenworth and Kim than you're going to put Cano out there to give him some at bats. Like I'm strictly using Cano as a DH for matchups, and a pinch hitter. Like I don't maybe once a week or once in a while in the field just to make sure he's not just sitting around all the time. But
I think that's what it'll be.
But other than that, like I would hope that we don't see Cano out there in the field a lot.
How about Grisham first off the bench, not Cano?
I think that's good.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, I feel like all of a sudden Grisham isn't your first guy off the bench, like he's fallen that far.
Right. Also, too, where did Cano fly in today from the Dominican?
I don't know the answer to that, but I mean, it's Robinson Cano. He falls out of bed and can get into the batter's box,
But if it were me, so Charlie Morton starting tomorrow I might give him the DH spot tomorrow just to get him quickly in the lineup.
No, you can't sit Voit.
Why not?
He's like the hottest hitter in the history of baseball.
So maybe you give Hosmer a day.
You can't sit Hosmer. He's the hottest.
I'm just kidding. You don't give Hosmer a day. He's the best player I've ever seen in my entire life.
Right. So I'm cool. No, Cano, like to your point, he doesn't have to. He can pitch hit tomorrow. Or if there's a circumstance, okay. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I kind of want to ride the Voit hot hand for a couple of days here.
Do they even attempt to give Cronenworth a day off?
I don't think so. I mean, Cronenworth tonight was 1 for 6. Is that right? He was 1 for 6, 4 Ks, maybe. But again, is that something you want to do day one? You sign Cano, and now you sit your second baseman literally like day one.
No, you're right.
You
No, don't do
know?
that. No.
But
If
I'm
it,
with you on. I
yeah.
mean, what do you guys think in the chat? Voit or Cano at DH tomorrow? I say Voit,
Yeah, I say Voit too.
and I'm the Cano apologist, but I say Voit.
I would say tomorrow, depending on the game,
He'll get in the game. I guarantee he gets in the game.
give him a pinch hit opportunity.
Yeah, I think he
Just
gets
a
in the
pinch
game
hit
tomorrow.
opportunity. Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
Michael, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for hanging out with us in Mexico tonight. He says if Kim keeps it up, is Tatis to the outfield a lock?
No.
Kim playing well and has really good expected stats, which is interesting. Yeah, I've seen that. Yep, he does have good expected stats.
Kim is still a bench guy. Kim is still a backup player. I don't consider him to be a full-time starter in this league just yet. Maybe on certain teams, but tell me on a championship team, that's a tough sell.
Well, here's what I envision. I envision Tatis A, playing shortstop, but not every day. B, DHing occasionally, if not more than occasionally.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like Kim's going to lose all of his playing time, because if Tatis is doing some DHing, we'll see about Voit and Cano at that time. Is Voit hitting? Is Cano doing anything? So it'll play itself out. But no, I'd be surprised if Tatis was in the outfield this year, other than as it related to like a shoulder or an injury, and they were trying to protect him.
Especially with what was said at the end of last year, especially by Tatis, I ain't an outfielder. He's like, I am a shortstop. He is a $340 million, $30 million a year franchise contract shortstop. Dude is not going to the outfield unless he goes to them and tells them, I'm going to the outfield. That's just how this is going to work.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Let's get to the super chat from our buddy Cam. Cam, thank you again for the super chat. Thank you guys for the super chats. Again, if you're making your way into the chat tonight, live or on replay, please subscribe if you are a Padres fan. If you're watching on replay, please hit that thanks button as well. Again, Padres over the Braves tonight in Atlanta, kicking off a 9-game road trip, 3-game series against the Braves. They win it 11-6. All right, this from Cam. What happens to Beatty when he comes off the IL? And if CJ stays hot, do the Pods bring him back up? Baez could also help out of our bullpen soon. I don't think Beatty's owed anything.
Beatty was brought here for nothing.
Right.
And he could, I don't know if he has any options left, but if he doesn't, he is a DFA candidate in my mind.
Yeah, definitely. Now, CJ staying hot,
I'm keeping him in the minors.
I'd keep him there for at least a good period of time.
At least the first half.
Yeah, like give him 6 weeks of at-bats. I'm with you, Jim, on that. It doesn't always translate, right? PCL to the big leagues, El Paso to San Diego does not always translate, and I'm glad to see him off to this hot start, but there's no guarantee that we're to continue if he comes back up. And there are some guys that are going to help out in this bullpen soon, right? Morahone, Baez. Maybe they fix Lamet, whatever that would look like. That's what the quotes to Kevin Acee were. They're like, hey, he just needs to go down there for a little bit of time. They kind of like, that was kind of the language. Oh, and I don't think he's being stretched out, Jim. I think they're going to keep him as a reliever.
I saw that too from Acee.
Yeah,
that doesn't make sense to me. I don't get that. Why? You're not.
Because if they stretch him out, they know that he can't play for them in the big leagues this year. That's basically saying, hey, we are trading you.
Yeah.
Can you do that with someone? Say, hey, we are going to trade you in 2 months.
They don't have any faith in him anymore.
We should probably talk about the rotation as well, because Kevin Acee said this afternoon that Nick Martinez, I saw a quote from Nick Martinez. He said, it is what it is. Like, he's not thrilled is the point. How could you be leaving the rotation for the bullpen? They'll go 6-man without Martinez, although that could change if Snell.
But didn't you have a little inkling in your mind when you signed here? Didn't you look at this roster and go, okay, you got, now granted, they didn't have Minaya when Martinez got signed.
True.
So I understand that. But you got to know that you got to talk to somebody. Gore's there. All right. Yeah. Musgrove, Snell, Clevenger, and you have Darvish. That's already 5. I mean, if you are going into the situation knowing, all right, they got this stud in the minors who has not done well, granted, for the last couple of years, but still,
that was my thought. Yeah,
that was still one of their top prospects. So maybe it's okay. So maybe then he did think I have a firm spot in this rotation. Maybe he did. When I talk it out.
Yeah.
And they also had Paddock at the time too.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think Remember, he fought for the 5th spot in spring training. I think they said, hey, listen, you have a chance to earn the 5th spot. And he did earn it. And the problem is he hasn't necessarily lost it based on his performance. He's lost it based on the fact that they've gotten healthy and made moves.
But he also hasn't like taken the reins of the 5th spot and been like, there's no like,
True.
there's
He's got
no
a
way you
4-4.
can put me in the bullpen.
Yeah, he's got a 4-4. He doesn't have a 2-4.
Right.
4-4 is very average, especially
even if
in this
he had
year.
3-4, it'd be but
Yeah.
4-4 like
Yeah, but so you look at this rotation, and then we thought Snell was going to pitch Tuesday. Kevin had told us that, I think, actually, on Extra 1360. But now it sounds like it's either Tuesday or Wednesday. Could even be as late as Thursday. I mean, they're trying to figure this out. You got 6 starters, and they all have to be effective. You can't have a starter go an inning and a third like Blake Snell. You blow the whole thing up because you screw your bullpen, which means you screw over your rotation. So they'll go 6 as long as they can. But I wouldn't be surprised if, because of a lack of performance from someone, it just ends up being 5 because someone just doesn't perform.
And I will say this, like, this is a good problem to have. This is a situation where I think is going to really benefit this team. You're going to have some guys that are not happy with not pitching but in the end, it's a great problem to have for your team. I'd rather have this problem where we're talking about, man, where should we pitch this guy? Like, where's this guy pitching? Then they have nobody. Oh my God, they have Jake Arrieta out there.
You're right. You're 100% right. We're going to get back to the chat in a moment. Again, we appreciate the super chats, so make sure to get to those. We do want to remind you about our sponsor, Aura, on the Wrap-Up Show. Great partner of the Wrap-Up Show. Their co-founder, Will, is a San Diegan, a lifelong Padres fan. His website has great plant-based nutrition products, aura.organic. His company does. You click this Take the Quiz button down below. You will get a discount on your very first order, whether it's probiotics, which I take for digestion, heart health, mental clarity, or proteins that Jim takes after workouts, or omega-3 oils, or sleep supplements, or immunity supplements. Really great company. They can really help you transform your health, and they do it with all plant-based nutrition products, all of it. Click the link down below. Support this channel. Again, San Diego-based co-founder, our buddy Will, who's a huge Padres fan. Tons of products to browse through while you watch the Wrap-Up Show here tonight live or on replay. It is ora.organic, Jim, and there's a link down below.
Yeah, it's really helping John get over his sickness.
Yes, it's been huge.
www.aura.organic, 30% off your first order. When you take the quiz, you see it right there in the screen there. Take the quiz, search their website. They have everything you need to live a healthy lifestyle. Go there right now. We're hooking you up. You'll thank us later.
All right, so back to the chat here, or back to the conversation in general. I saw this.
Johnny,
I'm sorry. What'd you click on? What you had?
Johnny, are you the one texting us about Andrew Benintendi? He's actually having a really good year right now. He's in like over 300.
He is.
He's for where is he with the Royals, right?
Is he in Kansas City right now? I think that's right.
Yeah, he's in Kansas City. Yep. He's hitting 324.
That's pretty good.
806 OPS, yeah. Now, I will say this. I don't know his contract details with Kansas City, but it won't be cheap. Like a team that's in the gutter has a guy that potentially could be one of their all-stars because every team needs one. And if he's leading the team in hitting and top 10 in the league in batting average, he could be an all-star this year. It's not going to be cheap.
Right.
It's not just a quick pickup.
I see Ken asking for Ryan Christensen. I'm at Bally Sports' Twitter page, Jim.
I don't think they did it because they didn't have a broadcast today. When Bally Sports,
Apple TV.
Yeah, when Bally Sports does not have a broadcast, they do not do a post-game show.
Good point.
And there's no audio. So
if someone has a link, you could put it in the chat. If someone heard audio from Christensen, I saw some quotes from Christensen. I haven't seen the audio. I don't know, Ken, if I can pull up the 90s. I'll pull this up. This chat is
we can do whatever we want. We can do whatever we want, but do we really want to?
No. Here's the deal, Ken. Just full disclosure, Inside Radio. I'd be happy to do it. Jim's worked with everyone at 97.3. Some of my close friends work at 97.3. We're on a different radio station. This Wrap-Up Show is independent of that radio station, but that's a little bit of a tricky putt probably for us. We've been fully complimentary of. It has nothing to do with 97.3. I'll tell you every day of the week, I love their broadcast team. I love Jesse Agler and Tony Gwynn. It's probably hard for us to go through 97.3 for content, though.
Yeah. Benintendi's getting $8 million this year and is an unrestricted free agent.
Oh, he's a great trade candidate then.
Maybe
great trade candidate for the Royals.
Yeah, if you, a guy, especially, and he's performing, so that's even better for the Royals.
Oh, they'll move him.
They'll move him, but they'll be asking for a good amount.
A good amount, even though he's a rental, because there's going to be a lot of teams in on him. There'll be, I'm sure, a number of contenders in on him. I would think San Diego could be one of those teams. I think it's actually a really good call. I mean, that's the type of name I could see AJ Preller pursuing, and I think other teams will pursue a Benintendi, assuming he's hitting in 2 months as well. But yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
Right. Yes. Am I shocked? No, not at all. We all knew that was coming.
Yeah.
Everybody did.
Unfortunately, I mean, it sucks,
It does, but I'm not surprised. Like when when that trade happened, I think everybody behind the scenes was like, what? They did that trade? Like someone actually thought Paddock was going to be good, and they also thought Paddock was healthy,
right?
And
no,
maybe
you're right.
and that was, I think, one of the big reasons why the Mets didn't even make that trade for Hosmer and Paddock, because they were not only they didn't want to take on the money of Hosmer, but they were also worried about the Paddock arm injury, his UCL.
Yeah. No, you're right.
And thankfully, the Twins were, I'm not saying dumb enough, but like thankfully the Twins were like, oh, everything's fine.
Yeah. Oh, we're cool with it. We're cool with it.
It's okay.
Yeah, we'll give you our closer who's going to have like 50 saves for you.
Right. I think Pagan also gave up a home run tonight.
2-run home run, according to Jaron. Yep.
Wow.
Here's a question. We did talk about this. Did y'all talk about why they still brought Rogers out for the ninth despite our lead? So he hadn't pitched in how many days? Did you guys say 4 or 5 days?
2 days.
Oh, he pitched 2 days ago?
We pitched on Tuesday.
What's today?
Friday.
Okay, so 3 days.
3 days.
Yep.
He threw 8 pitches in the 8th inning.
So they came back for
that very little stress when you bump your lead up by 5 runs.
Yeah, just throw strikes.
Yeah, you're not worried in that situation. It's not a 1-run game, and he didn't pitch, and he was coming off an off day.
And you'd piss him off. That's another good point from Gabe. I mean, you're trying to make all-star teams and get paid next season or this off season. Saves matter. Yeah. Saves matter for relievers.
What was that? His 13th? Yeah,
13th.
He's got to lead the league, right?
I think it does lead the league.
It's tied with Hader in the National League with 13.
Yeah, so like stat padding, but I'm all for that. That's fine. What good teams should do. They should help their players out.
Baseball's the ultimate stat padding sport. Like, It's just like, hey, can we get another hit? We're gonna give this guy one more at bat to get another hit, so he hits 300 on the season. Or if he's hitting 300, then they're gonna take him out, so it remains 300 for the year.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Our buddy Sky saying Pagan's been really good. I mean, that is good. If he's pitching to a sub-2 ERA, he's been really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what's interesting about this is interesting. Mazzara hitting 350. I'd like to see what he could do before we make the eventual outfield move. I mean, they went to Trace Thompson first. They did the Beatty DFA move from the Dodgers. They've tried Abrams out there. They're trying a Zokar out there. Like, they're trying some things. They acquired a former first-round pick in Brent Rooker as part of that Taylor Rogers deal. Like,
he's been hurt though.
He's been hurt. He's only played like 7 games. So there's no easy answer in the outfield other than, hey, hit. That's what Will Myers did today. That's what Jerks and Profar did today. That's what Azokar and Grisham combined to do today. One day. Can they do it for a week? I don't know.
But so far this year, the offense on the road has been very good.
It's been really good, man. How many games in a row have they scored 5+ runs on the road? It's at least 9. It was the 8-game road trip 9. Plus tonight. I don't know what they did previously.
San Francisco, they lost to a 3. I don't think they did well in San Francisco offense wise.
Right. So 9 consecutive games,
9 straight
games, runs.
Yeah, really good.
Wait, is this today? Did Abrams homer for a 3rd consecutive game?
Let me check.
I mean, I'm with Gabe. You can't trust El Paso stats, but I'll take it. I mean, you can gain confidence, and it's better than not homering.
Abrams had an RBI ground out. RBI single. KP Sano hit a home run tonight.
That's good.
Yeah, I don't think he had a home run tonight, but he did. He had 3 home runs in 2 games. I think that's what you meant.
3 homers and 7 ABs. Yeah, like you said, leave him down there.
Preller knows his closers, man. That's one thing Preller does know. He knows how to get closers, man. He is very. It's Brad Hand, Kirby Yates, Trevor Rosenthal, Mark Melanson, now Taylor Rogers.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a those 5 guys right there. You know, say what you want about after they moved on from the Padres, but while with the Padres, were all lights out.
You're right. No, you're 100% right. Our buddy saying that was yesterday. All good, whatever. we do it constantly as well, all the time.
So we're wrong every second.
I know it's like what we're known for, being wrong.
Right.
We'll see if the Phillies hold out to beat the Dodgers again. It's only, what'd you say today's date is? May. It's the 13th.
It's Friday the 13th, John.
Friday the 13th. I mean, most people would have told you before the season started the Dodgers could run away with this thing, that the Giants would take a step back, that the Padres were not.
And Fernando Rodney, throw him in there too. Sorry.
Oh, Fernando Rodney. Houston Street.
Was that a Preller thing though?
I don't know.
I don't think it was.
But here we are, Jim, about how many games in? 33 games into the season, something like that. And the Padres and Dodgers are even. If nothing else, it's encouraging. It guarantees nothing for the next 129 games.
Yeah, but you know what the makeup of this team is to start. Pitching, Manny, Hosmer, Taylor Rogers, late bullpen. You know, that's a good thing. Is if you're looking at winning baseball teams, have great starting pitching, have a couple guys that are performing at beyond all-star levels, and you have a 1 MVP candidate on your team, and you have a lights-out closer.
Yeah, it's a good. I mean, listen, this is a team that does not have arguably its best player,
now baseball,
and they're playing great baseball. And Machado and Hosmer are 1 and 2 in hitting in the major leagues, not the National League. In the major leagues, Hosmer
by a good amount,
1,
by the way, by a very good amount,
by 40 batting points, something like that. Hosmer 3 hits, Machado 0. Hosmer number 1 in the majors in batting average. Machado number 2. Machado has carried this team to a large extent, in my opinion, offensively this year. Yes, Hosmer's been good. Machado's been even better this year, but Hosmer's had huge hits, huge 2-out hits,
massive hits. Tonight he had a huge 2-run RBI single there.
Put him up 3-1. So, yeah, I mean, it's hard to be critical of those two. I think the rest of the offense, honestly, is kind of rounding into form. You get Voit back, he's hit. You get Will Myers back, I think it only helps. Kim, like we've talked about, hot and cold home road, Cronenworth capable, fully capable.
Yeah.
This offense is a fine offense. I don't know if it's a good offense. I don't think it's a bad offense. That's how I feel about it now.
I'll say it's a fine offense. You're right. But they have the capability of looking horrible. They also have the capability of looking like tonight. And then you add Tatis in there and you're like, okay. They just got to be more consistent. They just can't have those stretches where you're like, can anybody get a freaking hit besides Machado and Hosmer? And they go through those stretches. They have this year early in the season, where it's just a two-man crew, and everyone else is just like wasted at bat, empty at bat, automatic out. They now once you get Voit and Myers back, I agree with you. It has changed the lineup. This last couple games, 3 games, yeah.
Yeah, it has
5+ runs in 3 straight games.
I know. I agree with Alex too. It was something about maybe Cano in 4K in a Padres. Like, what is going on?
It's still a meh move for me, by the way. So just letting you know,
it's a meh move for Jim. For me, it's a positive move for me. I don't think it's life changing, but add him to the dynamic of this clubhouse. See if he can contribute in some way. Bide some time until Tatis returns. See if he can help you win. That I don't know. I obviously not a guarantee. He's not going to hit 20 home runs, but why not?
What am I negative about?
Dude, you're so negative. No, lean into it. It's fine.
For what? I'm not negative. I'm saying this offense is good. They have the ability to look really good. They have the ability sometimes to look like really bad. They have an MVP candidate in their lineup. Hosmer's been amazing. He should be the starting first baseman in the All-Star game. They have a Cy Young candidate pitcher and Joe Musgrove. They have one of the best closers, if not the best closer in baseball. What's negative about
That's
that?
so. Why would you say he's one of the best
Oh,
closers? He is the best closer.
Sorry, you're right. My bad. Where's my
Jim's got a
pom-poms
little
at?
bit of the.
Where's my
Jim's got a little bit of
pom-poms?
a.
Let's go.
Jim's got the East Coast like bite to him, even though he's never been on the East Coast.
Bitcoin sucks. Whatever. Okay.
Wait, what happened?
Never mind.
Oh, you shouldn't. Okay, yeah, no. Okay, buy Bitcoin Daily, who's one of our loyal viewers.
Sorry.
What are you doing? Is saying hi because he's driving out in Phoenix area tonight. Our buddy Jake, and I think you were trying to maybe eliminate.
I was
in the chat. Okay.
We're no slander for anybody in the chat.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, let's
no
not
slander.
do that. Come on. And Buy Bitcoin Daily is one of our loyal viewers.
Yeah.
And by the way, yeah, don't come into the chat to slander anyone. We're all hanging out on a Friday night, you know. Now, if a Dodger fan makes their way in,
yeah, bye.
Slander.
Yeah.
You know.
Just saying hi. What's up, man? Hope you're doing well. Drive safe.
Yeah, drive safe. Yeah, thanks for hanging out with us.
Oh boy, here we go. Here's a chat. Okay, yeah, there we go. Buy Bitcoin Daily is the GOAT. Exactly,
yes,
Sam.
Thank you, Sam.
Dude's a loyal listener and viewer of the wrap-up show.
Yes. Michael's saying, be safe, Jake. Yes, please, because he's driving tonight.
What's up, Randall?
Yeah, what's up,
doing, man? You knew this was coming.
Dude, Charlie.
Come on, man. It's one game. Also,
one game.
Come on.
Also, I think the Myers, I think at the end of this, it's kind of run dry. You know, like he had some nice moments. He's an all-star. There's been some good. There's been some bad. He is who he is. He's not worth $20 million a year. Is he worth 10? Maybe. He'll probably be somewhere else next year. That's my guess.
The Dodgers is tied up with the Phillies in the ninth inning.
Did they really?
Yeah.
God, they're annoying.
They were down 9-7. They tied it up. I think months ago.
And that is so Phillies.
Yep.
They blow every lead they have. It's unbelievable.
Justin Turner hit a 2-run bomb to tie the game. Wow.
He has not even been good. Again,
Brutal.
It's May 13th. It's May 13th. Take care of what you can take care of. Win games.
Of course.
You know, and by the way, yesterday, same thing happened. Dodgers got even late and then the Phillies won. So we'll see. We'll see if that happens here tonight or not. Also, before we get, am I going to die again?
Probably.
Before we get out of here, because why not? We do a shameless plug, right? You guys like shameless plugs?
Some merch, some little merch.
Let's show some
merch action.
Who's got merch? Okay, get a shout out in the chat if you have merch.
Stickers.
Pick up some merch.
I need more stickers because I like to put them on my computer.
I do too. I might purchase like a number of stickers, and then we'll do like maybe a meetup event and give out like some stickers.
Yes. Who wants to do a meetup and have some free merch?
Who wants free stickers?
Who wants free stuff?
But on this site, check out the wrap-up show merch. Great way to support the channel. We've got men's and women's stuff, hats. You see me wear this hat all the time on the wrap-up show.
Yes.
Jim's got it back there as well. We got premium hoodies that Jim's been hyping up. We've got mugs. We got t-shirts for $20. So if you like this channel, if you want to support what we do each and every night, essentially, check out the link.
Kimberly, awesome.
That is down below. I'm not in the chat right now. What's Kimberly?
She says she has a sticker on her water bottle.
Very cool. Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you. And I'm putting a link in right now.
Michael says he got a shirt and sticker.
Yeah, Michael, I think might have been one of our first.
We do have John and Jim stuff. We have John and Jim stuff in there.
Yeah, we got John and Jim stuff. Check it out. Yes, Charlie, check it out.
Alex says he wants a sticker and to put it on his water bottle.
Yes.
Or the sticker. I think it's like $5, $8. I don't know.
I think it's like $5.
It's like $5.
Yep. And I want to say, hold on, guys. Hold on. Free shipping.
Free shipping.
Free shipping. So if you order the sticker, you don't get pegged for shipping.
Perfect.
But yeah, we got John and Jim stuff. In fact, like this. John and Jim.
There you go.
Nothing like a yellow John and Jim shirt, or how about a green one? Nothing says John and Jim like a green t-shirt.
Jim and John, not John and Jim.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
You want Jim and John stuff. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. So we take Saturday nights off because theoretically we have
Life.
some semblance of a life, although that's
Does
very
it ship to
theoretical.
does it ship to Mexico? Do you know?
Ooh, Michael, you are asking some really. I want to say, listen, don't quote me on this. You're gonna have to check through the site because like a third party vendor. I think they do ship internationally. So my speculation is yes, but I cannot guarantee it.
There's nothing says John and Jim like some A's merch.
So true. So true. How about you know what? We never pulled up the comment because we signed off last night or whenever that was. We did a live. Oh, it was the Cano signing yesterday during the day. And I was like, I couldn't even talk. I'm like, we got to go. Oh, by the way, before we go, make sure
Buy
to check
some
out our
merch.
merch. And then somebody put in the chat, like nothing like a true YouTuber to be pushing merch
As
while
they're dying.
literally like dying.
Yeah, I'm dying. Subscribe, like and subscribe.
Subscribe. So okay, we'll be back Sunday night though. We can react to the Peacock broadcast. Jason Benetti on the call. Hopefully the Padres are winning a series against the Braves. It'll be like 12 hours after the game because the game's today in the morning.
I know.
And we'll be on Sunday night. As a reminder, please subscribe if you're a Padres fan. If you're here live or on replay, please subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you were here on replay, please hit that thanks button. Make sure to smash the like button if you're here as well. Follow us on Twitter at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. Support our partners. Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance, great insurance agent right here in San Diego. Great way to support this channel. There's a link down below for Mark. He can save you $750 on your insurance this year. Aura, their co-founder, Will, is a San Diegan. Click the Take the Quiz button. You'll get a discount on your very first order. There is a link down below. Monkey Knife Fight. Use promo code WRAPUP. Get an instant deposit match up to $100 and a free $5 game. And there's a game off. Or excuse me, a free $5 game. There's a link down below as well. I think I'm losing my mind.
You are.
Always am. I'm tired.
Okay, bye-bye.
Peace.